What a lovely day. It's Friday again. That's mad, isn't it? How do these weeks keep going by? Anyway, it doesn't really matter what day we're on, does it? They're all pretty much the same. I've been riding and did something a bit different today. So last month I meant to do a online dressage, but the weather was so bad I just couldn't get around to getting any practice in that was consistent. So I thought I'd do it this month. So I'll turn the camera around if I can remember how to do that. Oh no, not that way. I don't mean turn the camera around. I mean the back camera. Ah, there you go. So as you can see, a dressage arena. Ready for my online dressage debut. So I have actually done a little bit of dressage before on a friend's horse that's an ROR, and because he was a 4-year-old when she first got him, she couldn't do the baby classes, not competitively. So she asked me if I would do them so that he had a chance of qualifying for the series, and I said, yeah, sure, I've got no record of doing dressage, so that's not a problem. I love doing flat work, and I do a lot of it at home, but I've just never been interested in competing, really. So I have a blank sheet, so I took her 4-year-old out, and we did pretty well, actually. That was the year before last, I think. And yeah, he qualified for Blenheim for the prelim. We did intro, but he had a shot at the prelim, so we did that. And then went to Blenheim. He was absolutely great. He was amazing. We weren't expecting anything. And he would have been probably in about the middle of the pack if I hadn't forgotten where I was going. Which, of course, gave us an error. And we still ended up probably not far off, about the middle anyway. Certainly the good enough for a 4-year-old. And he wouldn't have won the class or anything, but yes, pretty bad with me, really. I should know where I'm going. If I can do a show jumping course, I should be able to trot round in circles. But still, never mind. Nobody was too worried, but yeah, I have done a little bit, and I'd say I really enjoyed it. I think the trouble is, if you change sports or add another sport to what you're doing, if you are like me, I want to do everything 100%. It's so expensive to do everything, and it takes up so much time that I just leave it as it is, really, where I love to do the flat work and spend the time, but I've got no intention of going out and doing an actual competition season doing dressage, because show jumping is really more my thing. But I do realise the importance of the flat work, and so I've been doing a lot more of it these days, which is no bad thing, because my horse could do with a few more buttons of controllability. So the fact that I can't actually communicate with her very well in a snaffle, as much as I'd say I'd like to, she just is so strong, and we just end up getting into a fight, and it's not worth it, quite honestly. I'd end up arguing with her for so much of the time that it's not productive. So we're going straight in at elementary, as you do, because we can wear a double bridle. So obviously online it could be any tack. There's so many things that you can do, so it's not like I'm that competitive that I really have to do a certain thing, but I actually think that it'll be a bit of a challenge, so that's why I'm doing it, because it's something that we think will be quite difficult. I think that that's a good thing, to put your challenge level in the right place. That's an interesting one that we've been covering a lot on the sports psychology Centre 10 course. If you set your challenge level too low in your comfort zone and it's too easy, you can very easily lose motivation. So, if it's nice to achieve, it's good to set goals that you can achieve, but if you just stay in your comfort zone for too long, you can lose that motivation to really try and do any more. So it's just, stay there for a little bit, but not too long, and then push yourself a little and often, I think is probably the best way to do it. You don't want a challenge to be so far out of reach that you have no chance of getting there, because obviously that would then set you back to thinking in a negative state that you wouldn't be able to do it, so what's the point? But I feel like what we've got to do in the test for elementary is reasonable. I think that every movement we are asked to do, we can do in a fashion. If it's not a 7 or an 8, it might be a 5, maybe. So I don't think, we'd get a 0. So it'd be okay. So I figured that's about the right level then. It's so sunny today, I can barely look up. I think maybe I'll just move around a little bit because it's blinding me. But it's lovely to be in the sun, which is why I've come outside. So just to get a bit of warmth and feel the sun is so nice after all the rubbish weather in January. So yeah, we can do it. I suppose my expectation is that we'll just get some feedback, have some fun, and just have a go, really. I think if I got more than 50%, I'd be happy. It's not really the outcome I'm looking for. I'm not shooting for anything in particular at all. So just something to do, something to challenge us, and then get some feedback from the judges, really. So yeah, we'll have a go and see what happens. I think I've realised that we both, I would blame my horse normally, but I think that we both will struggle to concentrate really for the full 5 minutes of the test. I think we both have a bit of that attention deficit. She'll go off spooking at something usually, or just making up stuff as she goes along. And I'll sometimes wander off thinking of something else. I'm supposed to be somewhere. So we'll just aim to get through the test, I think, without going wrong. That will be the aim. But yeah, a bit of fun. So talking about the things that you can do to sort of keep busy and keep focused. There's lots of things, and of course maybe you're giving your horse a rest, and perhaps it's more for yourself that you need to focus. There's so many fitness things online to do, and motivational, whether it be walking, just whatever, running, doesn't have to be anything in particular, but certainly if you're a rider and you intend to ride again, now the better weather might be coming soon, then you want to look at things that will increase your flexibility, strength, and Pilates is something that is a really good all-rounder. Obviously cardio work is good if you can do something that suits you, whatever that may be. It doesn't have to be running, but there's so much advice out there and so many online things that it can really help to focus on. I probably meet up a couple of times a week, I think now, on a regular basis with my Pilates instructors, and they're not horsey, they're not can't say the word, they're not equine or equipilates, but they are just very good, motivational, really nice ladies, so I like working with them, and it's an all-round workout anyway, so it's all relevant. But yeah, there are lots and lots of things out there, so see if you can perhaps find a little bit of motivation now the sun's out, if you didn't before. January is such a difficult month to get through, and we're at least out the other side of that now. So we're in February, it's a very short month. In fact, we're nearly 1 week through February already, so it's nearly March. And I've seen snowdrops, and there's little flowers coming out, and it won't be long before the grass is growing, and hopefully the mud starts to dry up just a little bit. But I know this weekend it's going to be cold again, here in Suffolk anyway. Wherever you are, I hope you're not too freezing and too fed up with it all. But yeah, brighter days are coming, so keep looking forward, and let's see what we can get under our belts before March and April come along, because if we are allowed out, then we want to be a little bit fitter and we want to be ready to go and play. So yeah, take care, speak to you soon.